Hi there, I'm Lucy McDonald, physiotherapist. Welcome back to my virtual clinic. Today I'm going to be talking to you about running training in the face of uncertainty. So if you're a runner and you're planning on running an event that you're not sure if it's going ahead or not, then this is the video for you. But before I move on, I want to say thank you so much to those of you that keep sending me lovely messages of support. I really appreciate them and they do keep me going. On that note, I will be doing the next few videos for runners, so please do make sure you press that subscribe key so that you can watch the rest in this series. So at the moment, I'm seeing a lot of my patients by video consultation. And a lot of them are running marathons or half marathons or events that they're just not sure if those events are going to be going ahead. And that's creating a number of different reactions. And the two main ones are the two extremes. One is an absolute determination that no matter what, this event is going to be going ahead. And the other one is a complete resignation and lack of motivation that, oh, what's the point? You know, the event isn't going to go ahead. And the first thing I wanted to say to you guys is that is completely normal. Both options are neither right nor wrong. You are where you are and you are feeling what you're feeling. Another one is actually quite common as well, and that's flipping from one to the other, from one to the other. Now, obviously, the thing that both of those two things have in common is that it can create quite a lot of mental stress. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to really check in on your mental health. Now, for some people, that's going to be easier than others. For some people, the best thing is going to be to speak to one of your friends or a close member of your family and just say to them, oh, you know, this physio was saying that I should just check my mental health and see how I'm going. And then that might open up a discussion that might make you reflect on how you're feeling. It's always good to check in on your mental health just to make sure that you're not heading down into a downward spiral. So please do, that would be my first tip for you. Remember that your GP is still available. Most GP surgeries at the moment are doing their consultations by video link, but there's absolutely no reason why you can't get in touch with your GP. I know for a fact that people are really worried, or GPs rather, are really worried about people not contacting them and sort of muddling along on their own because they're worried that they're going to be a burden, when GPs actually really want to hear from you. So please, if you are struggling, do get in touch with your GP. So that's the first thing. Now, the next thing that I want to advise you on is what exercises you should be doing. Now, you might say, well, it's impossible to know what exercises I should be doing because I don't know whether my event's going ahead or not. But that's absolutely not true. For everyone, whether your event is going to be going ahead or in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time, in a year's time, 18 months' time, there's a few things that you can be doing right now that you have control over, that you can be doing, that will put you in really good stead for your event when it happens. Not only that, but it will have really positive benefits to your general health. And let's face it, in the time of a global pandemic, that is a pretty important thing too. The first one is strength and conditioning. So by that, what I mean is doing things like squats and split squats. And my next video, I'm going to be talking through those things in more detail and doing some demonstrations. The second thing is looking at your movement patterns. So the way that your body moves, the key movements involved with running, that can, if you improve them, then you'll improve your technique and reduce your risk of injury. So that's my second one. And my third one is proprioception, which is a fabulous word. And it basically means your body's positional sense. And we know that if you train your proprioception, then we know in athletes that it reduces their risk of injury. So those 3 types of exercise I'm going to cover in my next video. So please do press subscribe and I will make sure that I cover those things and do some demos for you in my next video. Now, the next one comes down to looking at your recovery. So at the moment, more than ever, it's really important to look at all the components of recovery in training. It's a fantastic time where you can really calibrate how you're treating your whole training program, and in particular, as I say, with the recovery components. So things like your nutrition, looking at, are you getting all the right nutrients? Are you getting enough vitamin D? Are you Are you getting the right kind of carbohydrates? Are you having too much sugar? Are you having a bit too much alcohol? All of those different things, just having a look, writing a bit of a diary and looking into your nutrition. The next one is your sleep. Now, sleep is when so much of our recovery and repair happens. So making sure you put all the basics in to get yourself a good night's sleep. So making sure you have a sleep routine, a bedtime routine rather. Making sure that you don't look at any screen, so that includes your phone, TV, etc., for 2 hours before you go to sleep. Avoiding caffeine in the afternoons and reducing alcohol before bedtime. We know that even one glass of wine can have a negative effect on the quality of your sleep. So all those things. Now I'm going to round it all up with my last and final point, but very neatly my first point as well, and that's stress. Now stress has a significant effect on recovery too. So if you're wanting to maintain your fitness as you should be at the moment, then looking at how you're managing your stress is super important. And that's where your cardiovascular fitness comes in. So even if you're a bit tired of running, you're feeling a little bit demotivated with your running, then you can try other types of exercise, or rather not try new ones, but just do more of the ones that you already enjoy. So for example, if you do a Zumba class once a week, maybe do it a couple of times a week. If you enjoy a HIIT class once a week, maybe do it a couple of times a week. So try not to introduce anything new, and if you do introduce something new, introduce it nice and slowly, but just find things that you enjoy that maintain your cardiovascular fitness. You do not need to be increasing your cardiovascular fitness at this stage, just focus on all the other things that I've mentioned. I hope that's helpful. Please do get in touch with me if you have any concerns. If you're injured or in pain, or if you just feel like you need to check in for whatever reason, please do get in touch. My email address is lucy@octopusclinic.com, and I'll put in some links in the bottom of this video anyway. So until next time, do press that subscribe key, and I hope you stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.